Hello there and welcome. I'm Bob Proctor. I'm going to share something with you that could change the course of your life. Could make everything so much better. To do this, to explain it properly, I'm going to tell you a little story. It goes way back 57 years. A man gave me this book. He said, Bob, do exactly what I tell you and you can have anything you want. Now, when he said that, I was flat broke. I had $6,000 in debt and I was only earning $4,000 a year. The prospects of things getting better were pretty slim. I had 2 months high school formal education. I had absolutely no business experience. I was not in a good spot. But he said, listen, there are all reasons why you can't win, Bob. He said, if you do what I tell you and study this book, is you're going to figure out how you can. Now, this is Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. He spent his whole life studying 500 of the world's most successful individuals, and he found there was a golden thread running through their life, and that's what's in this book. I've never stopped reading it. I then found a condensed narration of the book by Earl Langdale, where Earl took and he condensed the whole thing and he put it on a long playing record. And I would listen to that and listen to it and listen to it. In fact, I had started my own company and I used to play the records to the salespeople every morning. Well, one morning, it was very early, just finished the sales meeting, just finished playing Earl's record. And I said at the end of the meeting, I said, man, I'd really love to meet him. One of the salespeople said, no, you wouldn't. I said, what do you mean I wouldn't? He said, if you really wanted to meet him, you'd go and meet him. And I thought, you know something, you're right. I got on the phone and I got an appointment with Earl Langdale. Now that wasn't an easy thing to do. Earl was the most listened to man in the history of the broadcasting industry at the time. Earl Langdale and Lloyd Conant started the Langdale-Conant Corporation, who literally started the personal development business as we know it today in recorded fashion. He was considered the dean of personal motivation. There was probably a couple of million people that would have loved to sat down with him. But I got the appointment. At the end of the meeting, I had a wonderful time there. When I was leaving, I said, Earl, what is the big deal? What is the real secret of life to making things happen? Well, he said, there isn't any secret to success, Bob. He said, it's a simple matter of figuring out what you absolutely love to do and then make a decision to dedicate your life to it. Then every day you're going to be doing what you love to do. He said, the problem with most people is they never decide what they love to do and they don't make a decision to dedicate their life to anything. They just go from one thing to the next. Well, I'm going to tell you, I had a feeling come over me right then that I have never felt since and I never had before. At that moment, everything in me changed. We talk about vibration, my energy shifted just like that because I knew exactly what I wanted to do and I knew what I loved doing. I wanted to do what he was doing and I wanted to do it with him. Now, this was a preposterous idea, but that's what I wanted. They had a program, it was a distributor, a consulting program. They would bring people in and train them and teach them how to mentor, how to coach, how to consult with this kind of information, literally how to change people's lives. I went to a meeting that was being held by the Langdale-Conant Corporation in Montreal, in Canada, and they explained exactly how the business works. I sat there and I thought, this is almost too good to be true. But I became a distributor in Langdale-Conant, or a consultant with Langdale-Conant Corporation. That wasn't what I wanted. I wanted to work right with Earl. And I determined the best way to do that is get them to pay attention to me. So I thought, I'm going to learn how to sell this stuff, and I'm going to sell more than anybody else. Now, I didn't even know how to sell very well at all, but that's what I did. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I started in, I was rather shy. I was quiet. I had had a respectable amount of success at that time. In fact, I had a very successful company. We were operating in Toronto, Montreal, Boston, Cleveland, Atlanta, and London, England. So, I wasn't looking for things to do. I was very busy. I was earning a lot of money, but I wasn't doing what I really wanted to do. I wanted to do what Earl was doing. And so I got out of the company that I had, and I went to work there. It was just a rich, rewarding experience. And it gave me the opportunity to do what he was doing. I began coaching people. I began doing public speaking, something that was the furthest thing from my mind. But talking about these great ideas, they have literally changed my life. When I figured out exactly what was happening in my life, all I wanted to do was teach it to other people. I came to the conclusion that if a person wants to win, they need a very good coach. They need a mentor. I see a mentor as a person that can transfer the energy from their mind to the mentee's mind. They can take all the things for success and give it to the other person. And we call that coaching today, or mentoring. I've found that coaching people is the most rewarding thing you can do. Helping people find a track to run on in their life, how to live the way they really want to live. It is absolutely incredible. And that's how I started as a consultant, as a distributor of Earl Langdale's programs. That was in 1965. Do you know, in 1968, my office was just about 10 feet from his office, and I was his vice president of sales. Now, that didn't happen just like that. I had to make a lot of things happen for that to happen. But that's where I ended up. I ended up working right with Earl Langdale. A number of years later, I was sitting in a den in my home on Maplewood Lane in Glenview, Illinois. And I took my pen and I wrote down that I was going to build a company that operated all over the world. I was going to share this information that I had been learning and working with. And I was going to make certain that I would get as many people as possible involved in this information. I wanted the whole world to know what I was learning. I was experiencing something in life that most people never experience. I was spending my days doing what I absolutely love, sitting down with individuals and provoking them to think about what they're doing and how they're living and what they're earning. Most people are not living the way they want to live. You're probably not living the way you want to live. But you can. Do you see, we are God's highest form of creation. There's nothing on the planet that will even come close to us. Do you know that you and I are the only creature on the planet that's totally disoriented in our environment? All the other little creatures are completely at home in their environment. They blend in. We're totally disoriented because we've been given the mental faculties to create our own environment. The problem is school never teaches us that. We don't learn it at home. Most people never learn they can literally create their own environment. We can create our own economy. We don't learn that. It's missing in our educational system. The Proctor Gallagher Institute is dedicated to waking the world up. We've been in this business now for 57 years, and we're very good at it. We've been at it longer than anybody else, I believe, in the industry to date. Here a few years ago, I made up my mind I was going to do what Earl Langdale had done. And so we started a consulting program here at the Proctor Gallagher Institute. And we take people and we train them how to do what I'm doing. You see, I know there's a lot of people come up to me in a seminar and they say, I'd love to do what you're doing. Well, you can. I'm looking for people that was like I was back in 1965. I wanted to do what Earl Langdale was doing. If you'd like to do what I'm doing, I'm going to talk to you. I want to sit down with you. I want to show you how you can do what I'm doing. You see, this business I'm in is the most incredible business that anyone will ever find. I have found there's two forms of income in life. One is psychic, the psychic income, and that's the satisfaction we get from how we spend our days. The other is our material income, the money we earn. And it's the money we earn that permits us to do the things we want to do and go where we want to go and live the way we really want to live. So if a person is living the way they really want to live, I believe they need an abundance of both sources of income. They need a lot of money because it costs a lot of money to live today. And they need a lot of satisfaction. Well, you know, I don't know any way you can get more satisfaction than you can by sitting down and helping another person figure out exactly what they want to do and then share the information with them that gives them the courage and the confidence and the calmness in their character to step out and do what they really want to do. Now, if that appeals to you, I want to talk to you. I want you to talk to our company. I want you to take a look at the opportunity that we've created here at the Proctor Gallagher Institute. I want you to listen really carefully because this is the highest paid profession in the world. What I am doing, what I'm suggesting you take a look at doing, is the highest paid profession in the world. And I say that based on something Earl Langdale taught me so many years ago. He said, Bob, compensation, the reward we receive for the service we rendered, is governed by an absolute law. And he said, there's three parts to this law. I want you to study it, and then I want you to live by it. Well, my ears were open. I was available. I wanted to know what it was. He said, the law of compensation is clear. It states the amount of money you earn is going to be in exact ratio to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. Well, I want you to stop and think of just how much the world needs someone to show people how to live the way they really want to live. 90% of our population are lost. We have people graduating from universities all over the world with degrees coming right off the end of their business card, and they can't even find work. They don't understand that they could literally create work. But they don't know that, and they don't even know they don't know. We find people that have doctorates and masters in business administration, and they're broke. There's something wrong. About 3% of the population are really living the way they want. 90-some% are not. There is a screaming need for this all over the world. Everywhere we go, there's a tremendous need for someone that can sit down and explain to a person how to take a pen and decree their own destiny. That's what we do. That's what I'm suggesting you look at. Number 2, your ability to do it. How good are you at it? I'm very good at it. I'm not much good at anything else, but I don't want to do anything else. I've spent my whole adult life preparing myself to sit down and help people learn to live the way Earl Langdale taught me to live. Live in the good life. Now, the person that becomes very good at that, they can write their own ticket. They can sit and literally write their own ticket. We've got a great company, and we've got a phenomenal, ongoing, never-ending training program. You see, if you decided that you wanted to work with us, do what I'm doing, do what we do, we want to train you. We have some of the most effective people in the world in this industry at the Proctor Gallagher Institute. You would be getting training that's second to none. We would show you how to fill that need very, very well. It's the need for what you do, your ability to do it. We'll show you how to master it. You will have the strength of a company that's been in business for over 50 years, all over the world. It doesn't matter where you live. We work there. If you will join us and do what we suggest, we're going to show you how to become very effective. And when you do, the third part of this law of compensation is taken care of. It'll be very difficult to replace you. See, the people that are difficult to replace, their stock goes up. Just think about it for a moment. If you've got somebody that's very good at doing something, they become very difficult to replace. So listen again. Number 1, the amount of money you earn is always in direct ratio to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. This is the highest paid profession in the world, bar none. Now, if you really want to change your life, if you really want to change things, and you want to have fun doing it, and you really want to feel good about what you're doing every day, you've got to sit down and talk to us. We will explain how this works. The Procter Gallagher Institute is a phenomenal organization. Sandi Gallagher, who is my business partner, is a brilliant woman. She saw this as an opportunity, and she became a consultant with our company about 10 years ago. She bought everything we had. She studied all of our programs, and then she decided, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Now, she was a very successful securities attorney. She graduated university many years ago as the #1 banking lawyer in all universities in the United States. Then, of course, she worked with one of the top firms on Wall Street, and then moved to Seattle, where she was from, and became a partner in a big law firm there. But she decided she was going to leave that and she was going to do this. Now, she's my business partner today. Brilliant woman. We've attracted some of the best people in the world. You're going to love the people in this company. I have never worked with such a skilled, beautiful group of people as I am today. And they're the people you'd be working with. You see, as a consultant with the Procter Gallagher Institute, you'd be working for yourself, but not by yourself. We're all here to support you. You're there to support us. We work together. It's like a family. We have the best information you're going to find anywhere in the world for a person to live the way they really want to live. It all goes back to that meeting I had with Earl. He said, Bob, the idea is simple. Decide what you love to do, then dedicate your life to it. If you would love really helping people, if you would love showing people how to clear up all the problems in their life and cut a clear path to living the life they want, we can show you how to do it. It is absolutely incredible. It's a great business. If this really appeals to you, or you think, gosh, this sounds pretty interesting, I want you to take a look at the opportunity that we've created here at the Procter Gallagher Institute. You're under no obligation. It's just to lay out this as a great business opportunity. We will answer all the questions you have. Then you'll be in a position to decide, is this really what you would like to do? I guarantee you, if you're inclined to want to help people, you don't have to look any further. You have found the right place, because that's what we do. And we've got a group of professionals that are doing it. There's men and women that are involved in this that just absolutely love what they're doing. That's the way you want to live. That's the way I've been living. I have had a very rich, rewarding life. I really have. You can too. I think it's one of the greatest business opportunities there ever was come down the road. I saw it myself way back in the 60s, and I decided to duplicate what Earl Langdale and Lloyd Cohn had done, and that's what we've done. The Procter Gallagher Institute today stands way up there, one of the top companies in this industry. We help thousands and literally millions of people all over the world. We would like you to join us. Leave your information. Come and let us explain this to you. You'll be glad you did. It's Bob Proctor. Thank you.
Check us out at ProctorGallagherInstitute.com for tips, tools, and resources.